the season. That's nothing against them. They've had some close games, but their season performance hasn't been that great. But as we get into that final bit of the half, these are becoming more and more important games, and this is going to be a very important game for Tune Squad to win.
Yeah, a very important game indeed, and also just how we were looking at the rankings earlier, Toon Squad being tied in that third place spot with 13 points. They're still their playoffs. If the playoffs were to happen right now, they would make it, considering that they were sitting at the fourth place spot. But I'm pretty sure they want to walk away with another 3 points and kind of move into that second, hopefully that second place spot, considering how Disrupt manages to play out over on the B stream. Not mistaken, I think Disrupt is going to be playing against Elevate right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah. Disrupt are going to go against Tune Squad on the B stream of Stokes TV. So go and check that out when you can. But for now, we're going to get into Tune Squad versus our band. You see the operator bands there, going to be Glaz, Nomad, Valkyrie, and Mirror. Pretty standard bands, I would say. Especially the Nomad band's been quite popular recently.
Yeah, Nomad is an absolutely monstrous operator on this map specifically, just because of the fact that Border has really narrow, long hallways. He's really great at cutting off flanks and cutting off rotations inside of the bomb site. For example, if you're attacking inside of armor, you can have the Nomad on rappel of sandwich window. She can place 2 air jets outside, one on the AC window outside of the B window from archives, and one outside of the workshop window. No, I'm sorry, ventilation window. And
Yeah.
she can place a claim. Well, she doesn't have a claymore anymore. Now, obviously, she has
Someone can
flashbangs.
play a Claymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but either way, Nomad's a very great operator to use on this map. So big heads up play to ban out that operator. And interestingly enough, as we saw Euphoria open up the right side of that double wall of armory, so I've seen Euphoria do this time and time again. They're going to utilize an Evil Eye on that half wall, and they'll have Euphoria playing behind it, holding off an angle with a very tight hold with that ACOG. So depending on how our bad manages to counter it, one way to do so is take Factor below outside of the ventilation window, open up the window and just toss a nade up on the ceiling of the first floor, and that'll take down Euphoria sitting behind half wall. Actually, it'll be Cali on Echo, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But depending if Toon Squad gets that information, that'll be one easy way to take down Cali, and that'll be a lot more easier to take control of Armory.
So, moving further forward into round number 1. Also, interestingly enough, this is the last time that Tune Squad played Border. They banned Blackbeard, but this time they're going to be using Blackbeard, and they're normally a team that's pretty heavy on the shield usage. Like, they're normally using Blackbeard, Blitz, and Monty in some sort of combination of maybe even all 3 of those operators. So, it's always been weird that they would ban a Blackbeard, but they are going to be using it this time. So we should see a little bit of a different strategy than their match against Elevate.
Yeah, first minutes off the board. Glitch going to be droning on inside of CCTV. They'll be spotting out Euphoria. Will now rotate away on through into 90, make his way back on into the bomb site. But Glitch sitting on the repel Factor beneath inside of customs, going to be bucking below 90. Pretty interesting angle, one that I've seen used a little bit, but already Toon Squad getting 2 early picks onto Carnage and Cali. Echo and Jaeger are dead off the board. This is looking very nice now for the Toon Squad, moving on into a 5v3 with half the round still left to play out.
Half the round to play out yet again, but there we go. As I said, Jaeger and Echo already off the board very, very early on, and it's going to be pretty devastating here for our bat, but they can still hold on. They still have the site and they have the time on the board as well. But this armory control is quickly getting lost away. Chef going to be playing in CC, holding in the flank where he can. And a flank watch drone will get deployed here as well. Chef going to go for the pre-fires as he just kind of come through onto the break room, goes for the pre-fires as well. Still, it's barbed wire still in the way, unfortunately, but he's going to get control of CC. And he has a great flank watch here. His flashbangs are going to go out into the site. He should be able to get the plant down sooner rather than later from Talon.
45 seconds left to play out. Factor tossing in a nade, taking down the Evil Eye coming out on the half wall. Talon's going to go for the defuse plant with Glitch watching the cross from Sandwich outside on the balcony. Plant successfully going to go down. Toon Squad in a very good position now. Post-plant situation will have to be stellar, but Glitch gonna get the frag onto Tuffy. Phase shield working exceptionally well. That'll be 1 of 2 off the hands of Glitch, but things are not looking good, leaving it all up to Euphoria and Beastly. Chef gonna take down Euphoria. 1v5 for Beastly. Beastly takes down Glitch. But now a 4v1. He'll be taken down by Sour, and Toon Squad will win out a very easy round number 1. They have a round in their pocket.
Absolutely beautiful jump from Toon Squad. I mean, that was pretty much textbook. As my other UK caster might say, it's a pyrite. That was clinical.
Well, that just happened. Yeah, it was clearly what? I'm sorry, you kind of cut out a little bit.
It's clearly clinical.
Clinical.
I don't know why, but Tim loves that phrase. He says it all the time. Yeah, I mean, like, that was very, very, very well done from Toon Squad. They knew exactly what they wanted to do there. They did it perfectly. Their opening frags on the Echo and the Jaeger pretty much just pushed that round their way. There was really not much plant denial at that point, though, from Arbad. When the plant was actually coming down from Talon, he wasn't exactly in the best place to go for that plant because that wall was actually soft next to him. But the smoke was really not in a great position to deny it either.
Yeah. Basically, I think if he would have been playing inside of half wall, might have been able to take down Talon, but I'm pretty sure that Toon Squad had an eye. I was gonna say a watch onto the small office, but no either way. With Carnage and Cali being the first 2 members of Arbad being taken off the board so early on and in such a successful and quick fashion, that was really tough for Arbad to kind of adapt and overcome the playstyle that was coming out from Toon Squad, but maybe they can find something that went wrong, try to adapt and overcome their adversaries, and maybe they can win out something here. But you know, Arbad, they're known to start off on a pretty slow note, but then as time goes on, they start to kind of find their groove, but sometimes it ends up being too late, and the best thing that they can really come up with is just ends up being a tie.
This is interesting. I feel like I know what they're going to do here. So I feel like Rook is either going to play in small office or just nearby. And they're going to try and impact trick the armory wall.
That's interesting. One thing that we really haven't seen been used, but interesting to note.
It was used a little bit in the qualifier by Gooba Squad. They tried to do something pretty similar. And it was actually really, really effective in their gaming as Vicious Gaming on Border. But yeah, I haven't seen it since then, so it could be interesting that they actually pulled that off. But we see Echo Drone is going to be moving around. It's Metal. There's no Barb here.
That's really bad. Carnage is going to get droned out inside of monitors, and he's taking a ton of damage. Factor beneath, but Carnage is going to be pretty much instantly dead here, but will be protected by the flooring side, but moving down is going to be Tuffy, taking a ton of damage. It's going to be Factor. Factor takes him down swiftly. And yet again, this is looking really bad for Arbad. In the first half of the round, they're already yet again at another 5v3. There needs to be some kind of roam presence happening, or they just need to not hold monitors at all. But Cali going to be able to take down Glitch. A huge impact frag. Blackbeard off the board. Cali finding the sweet spot between the head and the face shield. So a really good impact frag and a late trade, but a trade nonetheless.
Great room clear work, honestly, by Toon Squad to go below as well, with Factor just putting in that vertical play, vertical pressure. He's going to almost clear out CC, but we still see Euphoria is going to be holding down. Sour just pushed all the way up into the hallway. There's no one really to contest him here right now, but oh, Euphoria from CC! Sour has no info, and they take him down easily as Euphoria hops on through. He does not get traded for it just yet, but there we go. Finally, Chef is going to finish off Euphoria. It's now a 3v2 situation. Cali just sprints that drone up the metal stairs and back to the site. Try and get a little bit more control back into their favor. But Toon Squad still have that 1-man advantage as Talon's going to open up the wall and 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Nades are going to go out into the locker sandwich, but no, it's going to destroy the Maestro Cam. Indeed, that's probably the better choice there for Factor, and he's going to hold it down. Thermite is going to go out, and Cali going to be holding down next to the office. What he sees him, he's right next to you. Cali, you can go for the spray through the wall. He does! He gets the pre-fire through the wall, and Talon goes down with a headshot, and Beastly with a great shot onto Factor. He's going to take it down. It's all down to Chef in a 1v2 situation. Looking too good for him as Cali is not going to get caught out. Arbad take round number 2. That's their very first round on the board on Border. And it's exactly what I was talking about last round, is that Talon planting there next to a soft wall is a really bad idea. And the fact that Albad didn't deny him from planting in the first round was kind of weird, but they did successfully in the second round. I really thought that Factor would have booked out that area and they would have tried to plant somewhere else.
I think the reason why it didn't happen that first time around, one, Cali was the first operator off the board, which was Echo, and I don't think he had his Echo drone in the right position. And number two, also that since Euphoria was dead, he wasn't able to utilize the Evil Eye to give the information, given that Factor used a frag grenade to take down that Evil Eye in the first round. I think that with Cali surviving throughout that second round was the difference maker for our bad to win it out, and just really great coordination and teamwork coming out from Cali and Beastly, being disciplined and being able to hold down the bomb site with about 40 seconds left to play out, just dwindling the time. Great adaptation and great teamwork to come out for our bad.
So, moving forward, we're going to get to a ventilation and workshop defense, and yeah, we mentioned this before about how Albad can be pretty adaptive when it comes to their team play, and while they're not necessarily the best team in CL, I don't think they're their best team in terms of like strats or setups, but they can play pretty well with each other, and we have seen a lot of evidence of that, and especially Beastly being moved into the roster has actually been much better for them. So, moving through onto round number 3, what do you think of this setup?
So with the bomb site being downstairs inside of ventilation and workshop, and with a pretty roam heavy presence coming out from our bad with a castle upstairs, you see some rotates moving on in from archives over into the desk over in offices. It's gonna be a pretty heavy roam setup coming out from our bad, and if Toon Squad is able to kind of isolate and take on 1v1 gunfights, I think Toon Squad will be able to win out the round. But on the contrary, if our bad is able to manage to kind of hold upstairs as best as they can and just stall as much time as they can, at least making it to the 1 minute mark is absolutely crucial for our bad. If they manage to make it to that mark, I think they might end up winning out this third round, depending how things go. So we'll see how Toon Squad manages to attack this bomb site. But Factor going to be getting started on the sandwich window, finds the first opening frag onto Cali. Can he find the second onto the Kayed upstairs? No, he will not. Euphoria will now move on inside of Africa. Unfortunately, Cali will be the first one off the board, dying to Factor from sandwich window.
That's a great early pick coming down. I mean, not just the bandit off the board, but he's gotten so much control so early on. Euphoria, as you said, has been pushed down into Africa to see what he can do here. As the Bloodbait is going to come through, but Glitch is going to take him down. Oh, no. It's just so bad. And using your Bloodbait that early on to that pixel angle, as Euphoria is going to hold down where he can.
Great pick from Euphoria onto Glitch. I'm not exactly too sure why Glitch moved on through, but you know what, that Kaid, ooh, Talon's gonna land a nice headshot onto Euphoria, and now Toon Squad can start to move on through into Armory, but Carnage will be rotating now outside. Chef will be situated inside of CC, with Tuffy still sitting inside of offices. Depending if he gets droned out or not, this is really good positioning, but he'll end up getting droned out instead. 50 seconds left on the clock. Toon Squad needs to start to make something happen now, but with Tuffy, with his presence still upstairs, he could prove to be a big nuisance should he play his cards right.
Well, Beastly just hanging out downstairs still, as Carnage is going to join him down into Customs. 35 seconds left to go on the clock. Tuffy, the only one remaining on this upstairs roam. Sour is going to try and get in here and try and do some work. They don't have too much utility left remaining, but they do have a little bit of manpower, as they got that one-man advantage.
So now you have Carnage sitting inside a supply room, but the window, that's actually going to be the wall, I think. Maybe some barbed wire being opened up. 15 seconds left on the clock. You still have Factor upstairs. Diffuser is starting to get planted now from Talon. Looking pretty bad with no plant. Now Carnage is going to be able to swing on through. Takes down Talon. This is looking really well. Now Carnage trying to find the second. He will onto Chef. 0 seconds left on the clock. Diffuser not in the hands of Toon Squad. And our bad will win their second round in a row and claim round number 3 for the taking. And finally, our bad will finally have some kind of lead. I think this might be the first time in our bad's history throughout this entire season where they managed to start off with a lead.
You might be right there, actually. They've definitely looked a lot better with Beastly coming into the roster, but it's not been a great season for them. That is just no mistake. But Toon Squad have been playing so heavily around this plant, and 2 times in a row now has it been denied by the Planter just dying. And Talon's got to be a little bit upset about that one. I mean, I know during the qualifiers, when they went against Organized Chaos, that Talon went off the Thermite and went straight onto the Twitch when they lost Clubhouse 7-0. So sometimes I get the feeling that he's one of those leaders where he takes things into his own hands sometimes, and if you see him moving off the hard breacher, that is exactly why.
Yeah, I would agree with that completely. And I wanted to say I wish I could have seen the kill, how it happened, but just deducting where Talon's positioning was, and given that Carnage was sitting inside a supply, I think that Carnage moved over to the window and just found a sweet spot to be able to take down Talon enough, and then he ran away from the window, situated himself back into supply room, and time was just not on the side of Toon Squad. Arbad managing to win out that 3rd round, and finally they'll find themselves with the lead. And the way that they've been playing the past 4 playdays, including today, they could potentially find their first win here against Toon Squad, who's been one of the more dominant teams in North American Challenger League.
I think for Albad at the moment, it's going to be very difficult for them to make playoffs. But if they can deny another team making playoffs, maybe they can get some satisfaction in getting that. You know?
Yeah. But like we mentioned before, this is the 9th playday, and there's 5 more chances after this match for Arbad to try to make playoffs, and time is really running out for those teams in the lower end of the bracket, but with the exception being Sonics, because as of right now, you already have Silas Gorillas, but unfortunately, Kali's going to get the down onto Sour and not finish him off. Actually, that's one thing I wanted to mention, too, that Sour's subbing in. Tuffy finds 2 big frags onto Glitch and Sour. So being able to trade out his teammates live takes down the Blackbeard and the Zofia in the first minute for the Pulse is really good. But Tuffy lands a 3rd onto Factor as he moves on in from the bathroom hall. And already it's all up to Talon and Chef with only 2 minutes left to play. They need to calm things down and slow it down. Otherwise, this is going to be a very quick round in the favor of Arbad.
Yeah, well, Chef has managed to move all the way up into offices along with Talon as well. And now it's a 4v2 situation. Oh, Carnage with a beautiful kill. Chef is out of it. It's going to be all down to the hard breacher IGL Talon to try and bring it in as he holds it down. But Tuffy and Carnage on very, very low HP. This is actually coachable for Talon because he has flashes, he has 1 extra thermic, and he has plenty of time to work with. But it'll probably be a little bit of an uphill challenge, I would think, Chris.
I would think so too, considering that he's 1 shot from pretty much any weapon, but going for a wall bang, unfortunately not finding the bullet needed to take down Carnage through the wall. Carnage can be able to live to see the rest of the round out, but I think Talon might be suiciding. He's going to end up suiciding himself. Come on,
nice.
Man.
Nice.
That's epic. And,
I feel like...
I
feel like you shouldn't do that anyway. Just because normally you want to like stay there and you want to just talk the round out and you want to talk about what went wrong and you just want to use that last minute of like, you're probably not going to clutch the round, right? So you just sit there and you just talk it out. But Talon, he decided they're not going to take him alive. That's fair, I think, probably.
He's going to go out with a Viking funeral and blow himself up. And like you mentioned before, teams would normally try to waste out the round, kind of talk it out. As we've seen from Toon Squad, they've actually done that before, so it's not too uncommon to see them do that, but it's really uncommon to see Talon just kind of blow himself up and send himself to the graveyard. But moving on to round number 5, Arbad up 3-1 against one of the top teams in North American Challenge League yet again, as I was mentioning before. But this is a really different Arbad compared to what we've seen in the first half.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, there is a lot to be said about Sour subbing in here, right? That obviously isn't ideal to have Sour playing instead of Rainbow. I mean, he did play CL last season. He's not a bad player at all. So, like, he could definitely... And obviously, he's the coach, so he should have an idea of all the strats and everything like that. It shouldn't be a hard transition for him to make. That might be affecting things just in terms of coordination and communication from Toon Squad. But, yeah, overall, I think Albad are just playing the better game right now. Especially Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage, I don't know if he took some G Fuel or what, but Carnage has been on a roll this entire matchup. And when Carnage is on a heater, he's really scary to deal with because it's really hard to cool down a player that's really feeling himself unless you manage to kind of get some early picks on him. But Carnage being pretty smart so far throughout the second half of the season and not wanting to expose himself too much. We can probably see the scoreboard. I'd really be interested to see how his stats are lining up in the first 5 rounds.
Drones are going to go out into CC, but unfortunately get destroyed as Glitch yet again on the Bloodbird. He's going to be holding down onto this south side balcony, but Carnage going to be holding into CC and onto Horseshoe to see what he can. And, yeah, I mean, as you said, like, Carnage has been doing great, just pushing into the flank constantly. We see the fact they're doing the same roam playing strategy as last time. Last time as well, Tuffy tried to contest him. I'm not sure what he thought was going to happen there, but it just didn't go his way at all.
No. Things are coming out. Factor still trying to get rid of Carnage, but unfortunately due to the metal air duct right there, he's not going to be able to take him down. Glitch takes down Cali, but Chef will also take down Euphoria. Carnage is in a really bad spot now, sitting behind the bookshelf.
They might not know he's here. They might think they've just killed everyone. But, oh, okay, now they're going to know he's there. As Carnage runs out the door, tries to get a kill, but no, Tuffy goes down. And now it's a 4v2. Not looking too good at all for our Baz, Carnage, and Beastly, the last ones remaining. But these guys have been the consistent fraggers coming out. Is Beastly going to be on the break room door? Carnage still going to be playing around Horseshoe to see what he can do. But 1 minute 20 left to go on the clock. We've still got plenty of time for Toon Squad to drone the things out and make the eliminations. And Chef is going to take up Carnage as Beastly is going to be playing around break room door. He just get a double kill for himself. Chef and Talon both going to go down. This is very, very clutchable for Beastly right now.
Minute left to play out 1v2. It's going to be Factor inside it right by Beepers, but oh no, he picks around at the wrong time. Takes down Factor! It's now a 1v1, but it is a Blackbeard to deal with, and this will be the ultimate test. Can Beastly clutch it out and pull an amazing 1v4 clutch against Toon Squad, or will Glitch be able to shut him down and be able to claim out another round for Toon Squad? Pings, however, will be coming on through. Glitch outside on the balcony. Beastly just has to play time now. But Glitch be tossing in a flashbang over by half wall, and Beastly has really good positioning now. Oh no, he missed the shot, yes! He lands it instead onto Glitch, and R Bad wins out round number 5. R Bad are up 3 rounds now ahead of Toon Squad. What is happening?
You know what's happening? Beastly and Carnage have had such great positioning throughout this entire game, and it's just completely thrown out Toon Squad, especially with like the active droning that's come out. There's been pretty good roam clear coming out from Toon Squad, but then you get into the very late round stage of things, and it's clear there aren't many drones left from Toon Squad, and they're not actively, you know, droning out consistently throughout the round. They're like droning out, clearing guys, droning out, clearing guys. It's not droning out, trying to clear guys, getting stalled out, not droning them again, or droning them again and not droning them like a 3rd or a 4th time. And like they're not executing on active intel quickly enough. And you can definitely see that in the kind of hesitation that they've been playing around. I mean, they had some great picks into CC, and that did put it into a 4v2. But then they're kind of like 3-man clear into CC, completely put them down by having 2 people playing around break room, and Beastly just picked those guys up easily enough. I mean, great individual plays coming out from Beastly, but wow, some disappointment stuff coming out from Toon Squad. But I mean, if they can win this round, it's a 4-2 scoreline, and it's not the end of the world. But if they lose this, honestly, I feel like it's just going to go to our bad.
What's also interesting to point out is that it was a 2v5. Carnage manages to take 1 down, makes it to a 2v4. Beastly swings on in from 90 hallway, takes down both Chef and Talon. One with the SMG-11 and the pump shoddy into the chest of Talon. And then Factor just had his back turned at the wrong time on top of metal stairs over by Beepers. Beastly swings around and finds a very easy frag onto Factor. And then Beastly just playing absolutely perfect positioning over prone in Africa. And, you know, Glitch just not finding the right positioning and crosshair placement to take down Beastly. I'm not too sure if Glitch had a drone in his pocket or what was happening, or maybe comms are just not all there for Toon Squad. It could be that that's what's apparent, but Toon Squad looking really shaken up in this matchup.
Yeah, they have done, and they haven't really adapted that much either. They haven't really brought alternative rosters or anything like that coming out. But neither is Arbad, really. We haven't really seen too much adaptation coming out from either side just yet. As we see yet another ventilation and workshop defense coming through. Drones are going to come out as we move into the final defense here for Arbad. And Kali going to be holding down where he can. Another electric claw is going to go out into the armory wall. They're going to deny that, but at the wrong time. That is unfortunate.
That's actually a bandit battery coming out from Kali, denying the electric claw. Unfortunate positioning of that battery, but Carnage and Kali on 1 HP practically. Gonna be Sour being taken down to 5 HP after this reset, but Chef being there to take him up to 20 now. This is looking a bit bad right now for the Toon Squad, but health, for the time being at least, is in favor of Toon Squad. And already Kali has been downed over by Beepers.
Yeah, he has been downed indeed at top metal, but it's about halfway into the round, and I mean, there's control for Toon Squad now, and they are starting to make control use of it as Sour does take down Kali finally, and they now do have that upstairs control pretty much of the armory, but almost as Euphoria is going to try and peek out Factor. Doesn't get the kill just yet, and Toon Squad find the bomb and try and get onto the site. Beastly with a great Nitro onto Sour, takes down the coach, and it's going to be a 4v4 situation. 4v3, Carnage is going to find Chef's head. And it's not looking too good for Toon. I mean, they have the armory control, so they have the vertical play. They could go for a Vents push and just go for the plant there. And it's looking like what they do want to do here.
Yeah, but with no smokes on the board, you pretty much whenever you see Toon Squad play, they don't really take smokes. But oh no, Factor getting lit up to 25 HP after those slug shots come out from Euphoria. 30 seconds left to play out. And Toon Squad needs to make something happen, otherwise they're going to be falling 5-1 at the end of this round. Factor tossing up a nade. Tuffy still playing upstairs. Time is running out for Toon Squad. Carnage is going to hop on down from the desk. 15 seconds left to play. Talon needs to make something happen, but Carnage is going to be taken down by Factor from above, evening things out. Tuffy goes big with the frag onto Factor. Meanwhile, Glitch trades it out onto Euphoria. Plant's starting to come on down. Glitch no longer has any more face shields to work with, but the plant will successfully go down. Meanwhile, Beastly swings around from Server and takes down Glitch. It's all up to Talon in a 1v2. Takes down Beastly. 1v1 now for Talon and Tuffy. Who can win it out? Both FBI operators still on the board. But Talon has really good positioning now. Tuffy has rotated on through. Talon will need to play the audio cues, listening for the defuse sound coming through. Halfway through the cycle, Talon needs to peek on through. 1 more second left. He takes him down, and Tuffy will fall. And Toon Squad moves on up to decrease the deficit to a 2-4. And finally, to stop the bleeding, Talon barely saves the round for Toon Squad with a minuscule of time remaining.
That must have been like half a second or something. That was so close to Tuffy getting that. But it's unfortunate. It's going to be a 4-2 scoreline, but Beastly leading the scoreboard there at an 8-2. But now we go through onto Toon Squad's defense. And I feel like, as you said, the communication hasn't been quite on point for Toon Squad throughout the series yet. When you come onto defense, that's not as much of an issue.
Yeah, it's not as much of an issue, especially since, granted, it's a defender-sided meta, and Toon Squad will now be on the defense. Arbad moving on over to attack, so not too bad to be at a 4-2 split, considering that Toon Squad started off on attack, but really, in all honesty, it should be a lot closer. Maybe the other way around for Toon Squad, but just absolutely insane plays coming out from both Beastly and Carnage, being able to survive and managed to take down 4 rounds from a team like Toon Squad speaks absolutely great volumes, and it'll be really interesting to see how the rest of this match plays out.
It's also interesting just to note that the last time these teams went against each other, it was 7-2 to Toon Squad on Oregon, and that Arbad only got 1 round on attack and 1 round on defense. So the fact that Arbad have turned this around so much during their season speaks a lot to them. As I said earlier, it's going to be pretty heavy struggle for them to actually try and make plays. It's not impossible, as you did mention, but it's going to be an uphill battle for them. But I feel like that this is a much more important game for Toon Squad, and that if Arbad can bring it into at least a draw, that's going to be devastating for Toon Squad.
Yeah, like you mentioned, 7-2, and all Arbad really needs to do is win out these next 2 rounds, and the aggregate will be tied at a 14-4 split between both of the teams. But Our bad really needs to play perfect siege for the next 3 rounds in order for that to happen. Otherwise, for the tiebreaker points, it'll be an advantage for Toon Squad. But it'll be round number 7, the first round of attack for our bad. Already, the first minute will be coming to a close in the next 10 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see how Toon Squad managed to adapt and see if they can overcome the deficit that they've set themselves into against our bad.
Well, Thermite Charge will go down onto Armory Wall and will successfully open it, but Chef has positioned himself behind the half. We've got 2 Nitros on the board here, right near this positioning. So decent plant analysis as well, with Talon playing in small office, but Kali with a beautiful nade. Sour's off the table. And that's not a Nitro, that's not really like a massive kill, but it is a kill nonetheless.
That's the Jaeger off the board and one of the hardest hitting defender weapons, so despite that, that'll be a great nade coming down from Kali, and Kali really providing a ton of work and distraction and noise down beneath inside of Workshop. I'm a bit surprised as to how Chef hasn't rotated on through, but Chef is going to be taken down from another nade from Kali. Sitting inside of Workshop, 2 nades will find 2 frags for Kali. This will now improve the factors for our bad. Meanwhile, Kali will be taken down as well as Tuffy. And also one thing to note is that both GSG9 operators were fragged on out for Toon Squad. But Factor has been downed. It's now essentially a 2v2 unless Factor can get picked back up.
Yeah, I mean, it's good though because the Diffuser is down. They've lost Beastly, and Carnage is going to be way all the way onto the top of Metal. So things really aren't looking that good, but Euphoria is going to find that kill onto Factor and even it out into a 2v2. There's 35 seconds left to go on the clock. It's all down to Talon and Glitch to hold it down, but Talon can't hit his shots. Euphoria takes it down. It's all down to Glitch to know the plan. 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Glitch slowly aiming around, seeing what he can do. Euphoria seems to have rotated all the way around. Carnage wanting to push this backside instead, and he has that metal to rotate, so it's actually a really smart idea, but no, Euphoria's going to go down. He could withstand, though. With the free fires come out, he doesn't find the mark. Carnage refrags, and Arbad to take round number 7.
That is a huge big brain play coming on out from Carnage, being able to take the distraction that was happening from the Maestro, and absolutely insane IQ play coming out from Carnage. Takes down the Maestro, sitting over by half wall, baiting out Euphoria, and a really smart play from Euphoria and the IGL call coming out from Beastly to rotate away from Armory, just due to the fact that Carnage wasn't in a position to get the trade if Euphoria fell. So a great adaptation to come out from our bad, and they're now sitting at a 5-2 split. They need 2 more rounds to win out this matchup, and they need 2 more rounds in a row, most importantly, to walk away with the 14-4 total aggregate split between Toon Squad.
So, moving into round number 8, we'll see exactly what the defense is going to entail from Toon Squad. That wasn't a great defense from them. Things were actually going very much into their favor at the very start of that round. I mean, don't you think it's a little bit ironic that Jaeger died to a nade?
Yeah, his gadget's meant to stop those nades, but when they're not downstairs, unfortunately, he falls a victim to the one that he's meant to protect.
From death, but not himself.
No, he managed to have him and his fellow GSG9 partner of Bandit fall to nades, and really great play coming out from Kali. I was really surprised to see that there wasn't any roam presence downstairs, that all 5 members of Toon Squad were either holed up inside of Fountain, Archives, or Armory. But with the dock coming out from Factor, this could be a really cheeky play. Peeks on out and he takes down Euphoria. That'll be good night to Euphoria. Factor will say, cannot peek me. And an absolutely monstrous display of accuracy on that dock.
Who's peeking?
Peeking
Oh,
Factor.
that guy. He's dead. Euphoria's out of it. That's beautiful from him. As Sour will make his way all the way into customs to try and deny this entry coming out from the book. It looks like that our bad is going to try and do the similar thing, but oh no, Kali fell for the bait. Sour knifed the window to make it seem like he had jumped through it, and then he peeked out wide. Oh, that is a disaster coming up from him. Great smart plays coming out from Sour, as we will see a 5v3 situation. Toon Squad are going to be holding down still, and this is a classic Talon strat of everyone take the ACOGs and just peek things, and it's working out for them so far.
Will be coming on through. That'll be Chef behind half wall. Glitch takes down Tuffy. Already a 5v2 for Carnage and Beastly. Carnage is managing to take down Factor inside of E-Box, but Glitch very close by will retreat back on into Armory. And Beastly will be able to take down Sour. Now at 3v2, that'll be Glitch rotating on and now inside of Archives, utilizing those shotgun holes to peek all the way through into security.
Yeah, it's going to be all down to Beastly and Carnage, and as you said, just peeking through those holes and not getting any kills just yet. But they got plenty of time to work with, and you have a little bit of utility left to work with as well. But overall, this isn't looking like a good situation, as Carnage going to be moving through and see what you can do in a CC. I mean, what do you think of the situation here? I mean, I feel like this is clutchable, but with the operators on the board, I'm pretty sure we still have all smokes up from Talon as well. That's not great.
No, it's not, but Glitch missing the opportunity to find the frags as Beastly rotates outside on the balcony, and with the new updates with Thatcher and Twitch being able to open up the Evil Eye, be a smart play to come out from Carnage to open up that Evil Eye, but unfortunately he didn't take it out, which is pretty interesting to say the least. Glitch will now rotate around to the B bomb site. That'll be the shotguns to come out from Talon. 35 seconds left to play out. You have Chef sitting inside a sandwich. Peeks on through. Glitch is going to find the head of Carnage. Very nice positioning, standing on top of the desk. That'll be Chef still situated inside of Sandwich. 20 seconds left to play out. Beastly needs to find 3 people in order to clutch out this round. Tries to take down Chef, but Chef will be there to win off the gunfight. And finally, Toon Squad are able to put themselves back on the board. They'll stop the bleeding and move on to a 3-5 deficit.
Yeah, not looking too good at all. As, I mean, you look at what happened during that round, and you think about how Toon Squad are adapting so well here, but I think it's more the fact that these communication issues that they were clearly having during their attacks aren't affecting them on defense, and the opposite is happening for our bad, right? Where you come onto the attack, it becomes so much more important to be a very, very coordinated team and not just have individual players coming out. It just makes it much harder. I think we'll start to see things swinging much heavier into the favor of Toon Squad.
Yeah, so just a correction on the Maestro changes. That unfortunately is not active right now. It'll be live on the TTS, so I think it'll be about 2 weeks until it comes live, or whenever Ubisoft decides to implement the changes, but fortunately that change is only on the TTS and not on the live server, so I apologize for making that remark. And great job for Toon Squad being able to clutch to win out that round. They need 4 more rounds in order to win out this matchup.
So, yeah, they do. I mean, Albad is still in a really good position here at a 5-3 scoreline. That's a really good scoreline to be in for this particular situation. But Toon Squad have clearly proven that they're not out of this yet, and they can definitely bring this back into a 7-5. Toon Squad really need the win here, though. And so, like, if there's now a win for Toon Squad, they're going to have to go to kind of an unfavorable site for them.
Yeah. Also, one thing to point out that Disrupt won their last game, so they are now sitting at 17 points. Toon Squad really needs to make this happen if they want to be yet again another point behind Disrupt. So this is really a huge match for both of these teams. One for Arbad being able to give them their first win of the season, and another for Toon Squad to keep their playoff hopes alive and try to keep themselves in the race. So the way things have been going, Toon Squad are seemingly trying to put their heads back on, but in all honesty, Arbad have been looking really sharp throughout this entire matchup. They only need 2 more rounds to win it out. I honestly believe that they can do it, but Sour going to be taking some shots over through the wall, not able to find anyone just yet, but the triple wall will start to get opened by Beastly alongside Talent playing in Archives and Fountain.
Yeah, but they've opened up triple wall, and now they've got that control to start to push into offices and get more and more control. But we saw a kind of reverse push coming out from Toon Squad during their attacks. That they came through into Armory, they got a lot of control. It didn't really do much for them, though. That is the push you typically tend to see. What Albad is doing is the opposite, but, I mean, this can work as well. It depends on the kind of push you want to do. I would expect a kind of backside push into Bathroom now, but Carly, just because the first kill of the round is glitches out of it, and there we go. As I said, it's looking like a Bathroom push. It's like a Bathroom push. Nope.
No, Castle is really interesting to say the least with an upstairs hold coming out from the Realmers, but with Talon and Sour still upstairs at about full HP, Kali being able to take down Glitch is huge because that's pretty much the only kind of plant now that's left besides the C4s that'll be coming out from Factor and Chef and the smokes coming out from Talon. But basically going to be able to utilize the second exothermic charge on the single wall outside of bathroom hallway. There's now less than 50 seconds left to play out. Chef will situate himself on the north side in the middle of workshop. Things are starting to look bad for our bad, but Chef unfortunately isn't going to get droned out, so he's in a really good position now and can provide a lot of surprise factor with the last 30 seconds left to play moving on through.
There's absolutely no way. They have no idea where Chef is right now. They must have heard him a little bit. But no, Kali doesn't know. He's going to walk right past him. Oh, no, Kali! He's going to go down to Chef. But instantly gets traded out. But Talon also pick up a kill here, as he's now gone a flurry of kills into the take of the site. Let's push it into a 2v2. We still have Sour upstairs, as the plant is going to come down from Beastly. But Talon gets picked up by Euphoria. It's all down to Sour in a 1v2. The plant goes down successfully. Not looking too good for the coach to try and push this in. He doesn't see Euphoria. Euphoria takes it down. Our bad take run and put themselves on the match point. And now Toon Squad cannot get those 3 points. And that was a really important round for them. This was a really important game for them points-wise. So, yeah, this is going to become a very uphill battle to get that draw.
One thing also to point out, Beastly with 10 frags, playing Thermite and Smoke. Absolutely monstrous performance coming out from him. It's not too often that you see your support, especially your hard breach and smoke player, pop fragging on through, but Beastly is absolutely feeling himself. He's like butter on a roll. And so far, our bat looks primed to win this match out 7-3. Although that Toon Squad had decent positioning, it was really good on the trades coming out from Beastly as well. I think he found himself 2 frags in the midst of all that chaos before the plant went down, and our bat are just looking absolutely like a completely brand new team to how they were on the last matchup that they had on Oregon.
It's a really hard situation to be in right now for Toon. I mean, even if you win these 3 rounds, you get 1 point in a game that really should have been 3 points for you. Maybe you can chalk it up to the fact that Sour is playing. But as I said, like, Sour's a good player. He played last season, and, you know, he's a coach. Like, he should know all the strats that's going through it. You can't really blame that at all. I mean, we got the feeling that the coordination hasn't been insanely good coming out from Toon Squad. But at the flip side of that, our bad maybe haven't coordinated insanely great. I mean, obviously the drone work does need some work because Chef shouldn't be able to get away with things like that. The fact that he didn't get droned out where he was a massive mistake coming out from our bad.
I mean, how often are you going to be playing a position like that?
It's true, but like you can't say like, oh yeah, he shouldn't have been there. You should say, oh, I should have droned him out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the reverse situation. Also, but I mean, there has been mistakes coming out from Toon Squad as well. I mean, for example, Chef missed the C4 that would have denied the thermite charge going down onto workshop wall, and if you got that, probably would have won them the round. So it's kind of unfortunate. But Euphoria gonna pick the first kill of the round. Sour already off the board. That's the Jaeger going down so early on. And Euphoria's gonna claim her out east as they get quite a lot of control very early on as well.
Wow. Already in the first 45 seconds, it's a 3v5 now. Our bad are looking primed to win out this round. Moving things on to a 7-3, but we've seen Toon Squad in a predicament like this before where they've been able to clutch things out. Also, just want to give a quick update from the B stream. Disrupt Gaming wins it out 7-1 on a Clubhouse, so an absolutely monstrous performance coming out for them. And Disrupt looks to be back in the prime of how they were playing last season.
Yeah, Disruptive definitely picked it up, and we'll see a little bit more of them later, of course, as we are going to move through. As you said, it is going to be a 5v3 situation. As sledges are going to start to open up into archives. There's still quite a lot of control here for Toon Squad, but they are starting to lose their grip on it. And there's been pretty much the same attack plan that we saw last time coming out. And they should now know that this is going to be a back take coming out from our bad, because they did the exact same thing last time with how they took control and how they got their entries. However, Chef going down that early this time means they have basically no denial.
Yeah, it's a really interesting angle coming out from Factor. I don't know if you're looking at it, but he's below inside of Workshop right by the hatch, peering on through from the Archives wall. He'll be able to probably, maybe eventually, if not get the frag, he'll definitely deal a ton of damage on whoever crosses through. But Talon gonna be taken down to a bit above half HP. That'll be 60, but he'll juice himself back up to 100. 50 seconds left to play out. Our bad are starting to run out of time, but they need to make something happen. However, there is a soft wall over in the bathroom. While Beastly's gonna be taking down Factor inside of Workshop. 2v5, and the plant can start to ensue, but Glitch will be situated on the west side of server, and that'll force Talon to drop on back. I think it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be Cali sitting inside of supply. Be able to take down the dock coming out from Talon. Finds an easy frag for himself. It's all up to Glitch in the 1v4. Takes the down out and finishes off Cali. 1v3, he'll have to reload with only 23 shots left in his reserve. In his mag. Now 1v3, shots being taken down. Plant will start to go down, but Tuffy is there for the frag, and our bad finally putting themselves on the board, winning their first ever game in North American Challenger League Season 9, and they'll be walking away into their second matchup with very high spirits, and a very great win to come out from our bad.
Absolutely beautifully done from our bad there. I mean, they were dominating through their defenses. They were absolutely destroying Toon Squad's attacks, and yeah, really well played from Beastly overall. As you say, you don't tend to see that support player going 8 for 1 during defenses, and then ending up in 11-3 overall. So yeah, really well played by Beastly, and especially by Carnage during their defenses as well on the Jaeger. I really feel like this game was won and lost around how dominant the defense performance was coming out from Arbad. May have thrown off Toon Squad a little bit.
Yeah. I would completely agree with you, but also just absolutely amazing positioning coming out from both Beastly and Carnage. Big props to them for being able to kind of put the team on their back, especially, you know, Beastly being the hard breacher and the smoke player, picking up 8 rounds on smoke for defense. That's not something that's easily accomplishable, especially against a team that's like Toon Squad. Granted, they play with the sub, with Sour subbing in for Brainbow, but I mean, you know, like you mentioned before, Sour played Challenger League last season. Sour played through the qualifiers and got the team into Challenger League somewhat this season. At least he helped them get into the qualifier playoffs. You know, bringing in Chef was a big boost to Toon Squad, but this matchup, this did not look like the Toon Squad we're used to seeing. And I'm kind of scared right now for Toon Squad. Maybe it's just a little bit of a hiccup. Maybe there's just some issues happening internally with comms. Things are just not happening the way that they need to. But overall, a great win coming out for our bad, and they win it 7-3.
Yeah, a great win, and an important win. I mean, they're going to have a very uphill battle if they want to try and make playoffs, but they've definitely started to turn around between, you know, from their performance earlier in the season. So yeah, Beastly's been a great addition to that roster. I think that everyone can agree with that now. He's definitely made his own kind of performance made known here, and yeah. But we are going to take a little bit of a break now before we do come through with our third match for the day. It's going to be Silas Gorillas versus Sonics. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.